Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I am Aparna Pujar and today we'll be talking about the visa process for LLM program in the USA. So let's get right into it. So if you're planning to study here, if you're planning to do your LLM in the US, it's really important to understand the visa procedure starting from F1 to OPT to H1B, and if the option is available to you, then H4 visa too. In my video, I'm going to go through the process step by step, so stay tuned. So the first step for most international students is to get an F1 visa. So the F1 visa is the visa that allows you to come study in the US. It's a student visa. To get F1 visa, you need an admission letter from your LLM program. You need proof of financial support, and of course you need to take an interview with the US embassy or consulate in your city or in your country. Now, some of you might already be in the US on H4 visa, which is basically your spouse has H1B and you are a dependent, so you are here on H4 visa. So if you are on H4 visa, you do not need F1 to study. You can study on H4 visa. However, if you want to start working, again, you don't need to get an H1B for yourself. You can work on H4 visa provided you get an EAD. You need work authorization. Otherwise, you cannot just start working on H4 visa, but you can just study on H4 visa. There won't be any conditions. Another advantage of H4 visa is that tomorrow, if you decide you no longer want to pursue law after doing the LLM, on H4 visa, once you have the work authorization, you can try and get a job in another field. You don't have to stick to the legal field. So next we will talk about OPT, which is optional practical training. So in case you have come to the US on F1 visa, once your LLM is completed, you need to you get an option of optional practical training. In short, it's called OPT, which allows you to work in law-related job for about 12 months. So 3 things to remember about OPT is that number 1, you need to apply for the OPT while you're still doing your LLM. Don't wait for the last minute till after you graduate. So make sure that you apply for it while you're still in college. Second, once your OPT period starts, you have 90 days to find a job. And number 3 is that when you're on your OPT, like how I mentioned earlier, you need to work in a law-related job. You cannot be doing any other job because you have done your LLM program. You can only do a law-related job. So now many LLM graduates work in law firms, companies as legal counsel or any sort of legal organization for about 12 months. And then what happens after that? So here comes H1B. So to continue working in the US after your OPT period is ended, you need H1B visa. So H1B is a work-sponsored visa that allows you to continue working in the USA. So how you need to schedule applying for your H1B is that while you are on your OPT period, in March is when the lottery system opens. So in the year of your OPT period, while you're still on your OPT, you need to apply. Your company or your firm, your work needs to sponsor H1B visa and apply for it in the lottery system in March of that year. But of course, you need to remember that H1B is a lottery system and LLM is not a STEM degree. For STEM, for people who completed a STEM degree, they have three attempts on the H1B visa. So in case it didn't happen this year, they can try again next year and another year. But for LLMs, since it's a non-STEM degree, you only have one attempt on H1B visa, so you need to remember that. Secondly, of course, you may not get it because it is a lottery system, and you cannot yourself apply for H1B visa unless you have your own business. Your company or your firm has to sponsor you. So now there are a few strategies that you can follow or use in order to get a job and get H1B. One of the strategies is that you need to start applying for a job very early while your LLM program is on. And if you get a job immediately, like for example, you have started your LLM and you are in the month of October and you got a job. So then even before you graduate, if the company or the firm really likes you, they can apply for your H1B in March while you're still in law school. And then once you graduate and you've started working on your OPT, they can apply again in the March next year during your 1-year OPT time. So that way you have gotten 2 attempts at H1B if you could not get through the first time. So that is one of the strategies. Second is, while looking for a job, of course, if you want to stay here for a long term, if you want that sort of experience in the US, apply to look at only firms or companies that have sponsored H1B earlier. So then there are various websites that gives you a list of firms or companies that have had applied for H1B. So that way, it helps to know what kind of a firm it is and if they will apply for your H1B in the future. Third, of course, see alternatives. If maybe you could get a job at a company or a firm which is H1B cap exempt. I'll make a different video explaining what it is. It's a firm like that, maybe like a non-profit but a legal job, or apply through O1 and of course, like I said, H4. So these are a few strategies that you could use, but of course, there is only one lot, there's only 1 year for LLMs to work here. If not, you have to go back to your country. Now that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please put down a comment below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my video. Thank you so much. Bye.